Teddy, what are you doing? Like, I listened to Suitcase and I instantly, like, from the beginning of this track, and when Teddy comes in, if you do not get John Mayer, I don't know what to tell you.
Yippee-ki-yo, yippee-ki-yay, working like 3 jobs, ready for a vacate. Like it when we touch down, like it when we spontaneous. So I work as hard as I play. I'm trying to see you in the moonlight, so you can meet me by the poolside. I know you're looking for a good time, yeah. But listen, baby, you just show. This is not a drill, this is how I feel. Pop champagne, I'ma do it for the thrill. Escape with me, I'm saying that maybe we could take off and then land on a jet ski. Baby, I'll hold you tight. Top shelf with the dash.
What is going on, DeeZeeMusic lovers? This is your boy, DZ, and welcome back to the channel, DeeZeeMusic, where music equals life. How is everyone doing out there? Before we get started, I wanted to give you guys some good news. As I have stated before in previous videos, you guys probably know that I work as a nurse. And I work in a specialty field as a nurse. I work in the oncology field, basically the cancer side of nursing. So I was shocked the other day on my last day of work. I'll just say it, but I received the DeeZee Award. Now, if you don't know what the DeeZee Award is, the DeeZee Award is an award that nominates nurses that go above and beyond in their care and for their patients and just are extraordinary. So I received the DeeZee Award and I had no idea that I was even nominated for the award, because you get nominated by someone or a bunch of people, and there is there's a committee and they nominate you and they go through who all have been nominated and they pick a winner. So I'm just so grateful that someone took the time out to nominate me for the actual DeeZee Award. So I am the DeeZee Award recipient for December. And if you want to know what the DeeZee Award is, basically it started years ago to recognize extraordinary nurses. And it's just not like for my hospital, it's for all over the US that they recognize that nurses are recognized for the DeeZee Award. So this is the actual certificate with the award. Yeah. And this is the actual award. So it's like a carrying. And so this is my DeeZee Award. So I was very, very shocked and very surprised. I would say they did it in a very shy way, because it was the morning before I got off work, and there's like everybody has to stay because administration is coming down. And usually when you hear administration, you think like, oh, something's wrong. I wanted to get out of work as fast as I can. So I was trying to get out, and my manager guy, she's like, no, you got to stay. They have something to say. So I was like, okay, what's going to happen here? So they started reading it, and they started reading emails and of some of patients or whatever. And I really wasn't like catching on or paying too much attention until they got to like the last one. And the last one, I will kind of read a little bit of the letter. But it says, Souths wants to nominate this nurse for the December DeeZee Award. This nurse went above and beyond for our patients during the holiday season. Several Christmas trees were made for our oncology patients who were ill and were going to be with us throughout the holidays, and for some, it may be their last. One of our patients in particular left and went to hospice facility, but this nurse stopped by the facility to deliver the patients this tree. This act of kindness put such a smile on these patients' faces, and it truly brightened their day. We're grateful to have this nurse on our team and want to want them to receive the recognition they deserve. So this was very sweet, and very nice of them to nominate me for this award. So I am very grateful. And an added bonus, this award came um, when I was kind of a little sad because it was on the next day would have been was my brother's birthday, and my brother passed away from cancer in 2018. Hence why I am an oncology nurse. So it was the day before his birthday, so I knew it was him sending his special love and his way of acknowledging me and saying hi. So it really meant a lot to me, and it really brightened my day. So I wanted to share that, and thank you again for those who nominated me for the Daisy Award. I really, really appreciate it, and I really love what I do. So with that being said, let's get into today's video. The album we will be reviewing this week comes from Mr. Teddy Swims. Now, like I said before, you would remember he was in our top 20 of 2024 for his song The Door, which I love. And since then, I have listened to this album over and over again because it just is, it's great. He just released his second album yesterday, Friday, and I have been sitting with it. And after this review video, we will be reviewing the second album. So this album's title is I Tried Everything But Therapy Part 1, and the new album is I Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2. I can relate as someone who is currently in therapy. Don't try therapy. Do what you have to do. So I'm excited about this album, and I'm excited to review the new album in the next video because that will be a more of a fresh and more of a current or first reaction of that album. So without further ado, let's get into I Tried Everything But Therapy Part 1 by Mr. Teddy Swims. First up on the album we have is a ballad, and it is called Some Things I'll Never Know. Now, I have to say, opening this album, you don't really hear a lot of artists these days start off with a ballad. And I thought this was a beautiful way to start the album off because here you have Teddy, and then you have just his voice and the piano. And it is a beautiful, beautiful ballad. It reminds me of the ballads of the late of the 90s and the heartfelt songs that we fell in love with that made us feel something. So this song I really love because we know Teddy, we know like from his singles like the Door, we know that he has that raspy, that raw vocals, and we know he has that power, but you cannot even hear that one bit in Some Things I'll Never Know. So the song starts off, like I said, with the piano, and then he comes in and he's singing, and he just sounds magical. He really does. And the kicker for me is when he says, "When your heart let me go, I guess some things I'll never know." Ah, just beautiful on the lyrics, beautiful on the wordplay. This song, he is showing vulnerability without being too vulnerable, and it's just a heartfelt song, and it is a great way, well, especially being a new art. Well, he wasn't a new artist, but this being his first official project, his first album, like you want people to hear your voice. And I thought this was a great way to open up the album. Some Things I'll Never Know. I love this. Love, love, love. I've actually been playing this track and a few others off of this album over and over again. Moving on to the next track on the album we have is Lose Control. Now, Lose Control, oh my God. It is such, I felt for me, I was like, this is such a masterpiece. Now, you probably have heard it, you probably know it already, but if you listen with an ear like I try to listen when I listen to music, you would hear on this track that there is a perfect balance between the production of this song and Teddy's voice. It is like the music is mirroring everything that he is doing vocally. It is like a perfect synchronicity or a perfect union when it comes to this song. Like the music sounds like like every inflection he does, or every little run he does, or his cadence in it. The music, if you listen to the I lose control, and like the music is doing that too. It is crazy on this song. Like I literally, and I love that I had the time to sit back and actually absorb this, not just for how great his vocals are, but what the song is actually doing. Like the balance between his voice and the production is crazy. Like he is, I don't know, like how he was able to just get the music to like follow everything that he did and how he sound, his cadence, I thought that was simply amazing. And then the guitar solo on this is crazy. I loved it. And then when he comes back in and he does I Lose Control again, and he does that falsetto, I lose control. He does it way better than me. My falsetto voice is trash. I will admit that. But Lose Control, my God. Great song. Great track. Track number 3 on the album we have is What More Can I Say? And honestly, what more can I say? This track is a vibe. Like we move from Some Things I'll Never Know, which was a ballad. Then we get into Lose Control, and now we have What More Can I Say? And I'm What More Can I Say? This track has been living rent free in my head. I do not, why? Because this whole album is amazing, but I don't know, for some reason this track out of all of them has been living in my head, and I think it's just because of the vibe of it. It totally is in my wheelhouse of my vibe. So what more can I say to you, babe? Such a great track. And I like on this track that it's the vibe of this track makes you don't want to oversing. Like we know that if you haven't heard his voice before, Teddy can sing. He can really sing. And I like on this that he isn't doing too much, and he is simply going with the vibe of the song, and the backgrounds are amazing. It is a totally R&B influence, soul influence song, and I love this track. Like I said, it has been in my head rent free. So I guarantee if you listen to this album, What More Can You Say? To me, it is a standout. It is a standout on his, how versatile he is as an artist. Track number 4 on the album, you know it, I know it, we all love it. It is his smash hit, The Door. Now, when I say this is just an amazing track, it really is. Again, you have that soul, that funk influence production going on, and you have Teddy here for the first time on this album. We hear him singing in his full voice, and we hear that rasp, and we hear that power that he has in his voice. When I tell you, this song is simply amazing, from the lyrics to the production to the power that Teddy has in his voice. And that there is a gift itself, knowing the power. Like, some people have all that power in their voice, but they don't know how to control it. And Teddy does an awesome job. You can tell that he has taken his time. He has probably gotten training to know how to control his voice where it isn't too much and it's just enough to give. You know what I mean? And that's what he does, because when he gets to that chorus, he said, I said I would die for you, baby. And you hear that wrath. But I can't take this pain no more. I thought it would kill me. But tonight I saved my life when I showed you the door. Simply amazing. Like, the door definitely, the track alone deserves a Grammy itself. I mean, the album's amazing, but that track needs a Grammy. Track number 5 on the album we have is Goodbye's Been Good to You. Now, when I initially heard this track, I instantly thought that I listened to the whole track and I listened to it again, and again I got came to the same conclusion. This track literally sounds like a record Maroon 5 would have recorded. I do like how he opens this track with his full vocals. Goodbye, my love. You told me of. They say goodbye's been good to you. So it is a great opener. And then you go into I have to admit, that sound does sound like Maroon 5. Goodbye's Been Good to You is a great track. Again, Teddy does not disappoint when it comes to vocals, and he doesn't disappoint when it comes to production. I would say, yeah, it is more, the production, I would say, is more of a rock poppy kind of sound, but it is a great sound. I like the piano in it a lot. Great track. Goodbye's Been Good to You, but again, it does give a lot of reminiscence and similarities to Maroon 5. Through the album, I Tried Everything But Therapy, Part 1 by Mr. Teddy Swims. If you are enjoying this video, make sure to like, comment, and share. Make sure to hit that notification bell and let your boy know, show your boy some love, and let's move on with the review. Track number 6 on the album, we get to Last Communion. Now, Last Communion, this is a ballad, and this is where, you know how that saying is, this is where you separate the men from the boys? This is where you separate a recording artist from an artist. When I say this is the definition of an artist, this is the definition of an artist. Like, you can tell Teddy is not just someone who wanted to sing, but he is engulfed in everything it is to be a musician and to be an artist. And that is what's shown. That is what's shown in Last Communion. Another example, you know how you get a record and you hear it and you're like, oh, it's good, this album is good, it's great, but it's that one track that really puts you over the edge and be like, yeah, this person is, yeah. This is art. Last Communion is art. It is art. Let's get into just how the production is on this song. First, it is a ballad. It is like a somber ballad. and Teddy comes in, and again, he does a great job of, I can't even say disguising his voice, but fitting what he is singing, fitting the theme, or fitting the genre or the sound that he's looking for a track. He does it so great. You don't even hardly hear any of that rasp and that power that he has naturally on this track. And that is amazing. Last Communion, like one last communion, hey. So amazing. The genius in the song, and why I say like you separate the artist, the recording artist from the artist, is that he sounds like he is 6 feet away from the mic. There is, in the production, it sounds like everything is going through a funnel. It sounds like he is echoing his voice 6 feet away, and you can hear this echo, and he is singing, and it is just beautiful. Beautiful. This song, I had to listen to it over and over because I wanted to know the meaning of this song. And basically what I got, because I couldn't get it all the way, I had to Google it, and it was saying that this is connections and understanding for closure of a journey and the end of a journey or experience. So basically something coming to the end. So I thought this track, God, man, listen, please go do yourself a favor and listen to Last Communion. When I tell you, as a music lover, you will not be to hear the elements, to hear how he is. I don't even know how they did that, but I would say one Last Communion. I keep wanting to say the chorus. One Last Communion is a great track. Awesome track. Next on the album we have is You Still Get to Me. Now, this again is a ballad, and it is a love ballad. It is beautiful. Teddy does a great job on this. But when I first heard this song, the opening of this song literally sounds like it sounds like Creed. It sounds like a Creed opener. But you will hear, when you listen to it, you will hear that, the guitar kind of, that thing Creed was known for their openings for their song. And this also reminds me of pop rock. In the 90s, in the early 2000s, we had a big resurgence of pop rock and bands. So this was a great nostalgic moment for me, because it sounded just like a pop rock song that would be from a band on the radio, like Matchbox 20 or Lifehouse, or The Call. You remember, guys? Remember The Call? I love The Call. But yeah, this is a great song. You Still Get to Me, and it has elements of country in it. You can hear it just from the storytelling in the lyrics. But I would say this is a great love song. I like You Still Get to Me. Next on the album we have is Suitcase. Teddy, what are you doing? Like, I listened to Suitcase, and I instantly, like, from the beginning of this track, and when Teddy comes in, if you do not get John Mayer, I don't know what to tell you. This literally sounds like a track that John Mayer would have recorded. Teddy even sounds like John Mayer. If I did not know who he was, and this came on the radio, I would have thought this was a track by John Mayer. But I will tell you, it is amazing. Suitcase is amazing. He sounds amazing on it, but Lord, does it sound like John Mayer. It totally gives John Mayer vibes. And he sounds just like him, which I thought was even crazier. The way that this man can play with his voice and fit the vibe of these songs and the different genres and how he is playing it is just, for me, it is amazing, and it is nostalgic because from one hand we go from these hard hitting tracks with soul and funk and his grit and that raw vocal that he has and that power that he has, and then we go to these songs later on in like Last Communion, and we go You Still Get to Me, where he is soft and he is vulnerable, and it's just, it's amazing. So I love Suitcase because it totally, I got a suitcase. And again, even though it sounds a lot like John Mayer, it does give reminiscence of the rock band, the pop rock guys from back in the 90s and early 2000s. This, I would say, is a perfect blend of John Mayer and Coldplay. This track right here. So great job on Suitcase. Track number 9 on the album we have is Flame. And first of all, I have to say, and I hope Teddy doesn't take this the wrong way, but Teddy has to be a John Mayer fan because, again, this record sounds exactly like a record John Mayer would record. And he sounds, again, like John Mayer. It literally sounds like, even in the production, it sounds like John Mayer. Even the storytelling, the lyrics, how John Mayer tells the story through his lyrics, he does it so well. Teddy does a great job of that also. And Flame sounds exactly like a song John Mayer would sing. I would say I love this album. I love how he flowed this album. I mean, we came in easy with the first track, something, I guess some things I'll never know. And then we go into the more hard hitting, Lose Control. And then we get What More Can I Say? And then The Door. And then the latter part of this album, we get a softer side of Teddy. From Last Communion on down, we get a softer, gentler, more artistic. All of it is artistic, but I mean, you get into more of the lyrical side of Teddy and how he is able to, his voice is able to emote these emotions, but it's not overly done. It's like a perfect blend. It is amazing. I think Suitcase, Flame is a great track, by the way, but I have to say again, these do sound like John Mayer tracks, but Teddy is simply amazing as an artist. This album was simply amazing. Closing out the album we have is Evergreen. Oh, I smile because I just love this album. I don't know. There comes what I think what we have been missing in music. We miss the authenticity in music, and we miss. Well, I do. I miss that rawness, that vulnerability in music. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of artists who put out vulnerable songs, but it doesn't hit the same when it seems manufactured, you know. But when you have someone who is in the room, is in control, like production wise, writing on these tracks, is really the artist who is an all-around artist who knows what they want to convey and know how to get it. And that is a different from just an artist singing a song that somebody else wrote. Evergreen is beautiful. It is a beautiful love song. It is a song that sounds, this is the last song on the album, and we get like the first like real country sounding song from Teddy. So through the journey on this album, we've gone from so many genres. We've gone from pop rock, we've gone to soul and funk, we've gone through R&B, we've gone through a little of rock, and then we went into, you know, soft rock, you know, towards the ending of this album. I don't know. The only track on this album, I don't know where I would put it if I had to put it in a category, would be Last Communion, because it is just the standout. I know. Don't take my word for it. Listen to that track. Oh my God, such an amazing track. The whole album is amazing. Evergreen is a beautiful love song. I want to just read the chorus to you because I thought the lyrics were beautiful. It says, "'Cause I'm feeling something when you," cause I can't sing it like how he does, but "'cause I'm feeling something when you're next to me. You feel my fire like some kerosene. We're intertwined with nothing in between. Cross your heart, promise you'll never leave. I'm feeling something when you're next to me. I have walls up that nobody sees. You crash through me like you crash through me like on an evergreen. Cross your heart, promise you'll never leave." Beautiful track, beautiful lyrics. Awesome way to close out an album. This album, just, and I another thing is one of the things I said before in one of my previous videos is I'm missing the males in music. I'm missing male voices in music. We don't really have that anymore. And to hear Teddy and him being such an all-around artist is like a breath of fresh air for a person like me who loves music. So if you love this review, please go and listen to I Tried Everything But Therapy Part 1 by Mr. Teddy Swims. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and if you have made it this far, kudos to you. I am your boy DZ. Like I said, this is DeeZeeMusic. Make sure that you follow me on all my social medias. There's DeeZeeMusic84 at Instagram and DeeZeeMusic84 on TikTok. And make sure you follow your boy here on YouTube at DeeZeeMusic. Hit that notification bell for when I post future videos. Next video, like I said, his new album just came out yesterday, and it is again entitled I Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2. So we will be reacting and reviewing that album. And if part 1 was just the appetizer, I am ready for the entree. Like, I am ready for part 2. Until next time, I love you guys. Hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Enjoy the day. Get out. Have some fun. Share it with some loved ones. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Yippee-ki-yo, yippee-ki-yo. yeah, work it like 3 dots, ready for a vacate. Like it when we touch down, like it when we spontaneous. So I work as hard as I play now. I'm tryna see you in the moonlight.